So I would personally say that I'm more on the introverted side of things. Introvert as in, for the first 13 years of my life, I couldn't order food by myself if like the chicken rice stall uncle was like looking a bit more grumpy than usual. Like I didn't think about telling this story, but literally yesterday I was playing basketball, and you know how when everyone comes to the basketball court, we all start shooting, you don't really care which ball like you get. You don't care about getting your ball specifically. You just like the balls get passed around and they go everywhere, so you just grab any ball you can and you just shoot, right? Well, we're doing that for a while, and then I was looking for my ball and it was underneath the seat of a guy. So like the seat ball was underneath and he was sitting on it, right? And I was so introverted, I couldn't go up to him and tell him to fuck off and give me back my ball. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait for him to leave. Maybe he'll go to the toilet or something. He didn't leave for like 20 minutes. So I had to sit there like next to him like, yo, do you need to go toilet? No? Alright, bet. I'm gonna go play basketball again today, so hope that doesn't happen again. Personally, I don't talk to many people in school, and you know you're an introvert when that's like the case, but you're okay with that and you actually prefer that. But if you're on the more quieter side, that doesn't mean you can't be confident. In fact, that actually helps you be more confident, because we like the silent confidence, like dark confidence, Bruce Wayne kind of vibe. Being more silent shows that you're confident and assured in yourself, so much so that you don't have to tell other people. And so here's how to be a confident introvert with just 3 steps. Boom. Step 1 is how to build confidence. Confidence is linked to competence. For example, I'll use another basketball analogy. Imagine a guy who's been training basketball for 10 years every single day, and then he goes to the basketball court. He's gonna be confident because he's good at the sport. And when he goes there, he kind of radiates this aura. When he plays, he gets everyone's attention, and as the word spreads around, we see him as like tough guy that, you know, we want to play with and we want on our team. And so because he's really good, we can't help but like him, but also kind of respect him a little bit. You know, depending on if he's like a respectable person. If he kicks puppies in his free time, then maybe not. Feels like he owns the environment, because that makes sense. He's trained so that he can be good at the sport, so he's integrated in the environment. If you took him out and you put him into chess competition when he's never played chess in his life, he's not going to be confident anymore. So I don't believe in like the whole fake it till you make it thing, because you need evidence to prove to yourself why you should be confident about this thing. If you haven't trained basketball at all, you just say fake it till you make it and you try to be confident, you're not good at the sport. I have this quote written down: confidence doesn't come from the path that lies before me, but the path that lies behind me. That's from like the Matrix movie. I didn't watch it, I just like the quote. Build something or achieve something, then you feel confident about this thing, not the other way around. We need evidence. And the thing is, you can develop this skill in complete silence without anyone needing to know. Like imagine entering a new class and you've been studying and you've been watching videos on how to like be productive and how to be a good student. So you develop this skill of academic excellence. When you enter this class and nobody knows, and you end up destroying every single time on every single exam, you do the best in class, that's gonna give you confidence, and that immediately makes you more attractive than the guy that knows he's good but tells everyone. You don't have to tell anyone, because anyway, if you're watching this, you're an introvert, so you don't want to tell everyone. It's the same effect as like if you're talking to somebody that you've just met and you don't really know them, and then after talking to them, someone else tells you, oh, that guy's actually that guy's famous. You're like, whoa, that's so cool. But if in the moment when you're talking to him, he says, oh, I'm actually famous, you should follow me on OnlyFans, you immediately don't like him anymore. Like, you can go fuck off. I'm not gonna look at your OnlyFans feed pics, come on. Like, I didn't tell anybody about this YouTube channel. They just figured it out on their own by watching YouTube, and the videos just get recommended to them. And that's way more of an organic way for people to find out, and it's a much nicer way to find out, instead of trying to be like a medieval announcer where the trumpets play, then he's like pulls out the scroll, hear ye, I have a YouTube channel, please clicketh the subscribeth button. So develop a reason to be confident, develop a skill, get achievements, so that you can feel confident when you step into a room. Feeling capable and feeling this internal reassurance that we are good at things, that we can handle problems that come our way, is what confidence really is. It's not fake it till you make it, it's developing evidence for yourself. And so if you can create this resume, or if you already have some skills that you don't really think about, but actually you're much better than the average person at these skills, you're actually good at them, that can be where your confidence comes from. So build evidence for you to be internally confident about, but you don't have to show this evidence. Let people find it out on their own, or let other people tell other people about this evidence, this skill that you're really good at. There's this quote: when you're good at something, you tell everyone. When you're a master at something, everyone tells you. Number 2, always say less than necessary. I was very tempted to just say that and just stop talking. Being an introvert actually helps here, because simply put, when you speak a lot, you seem weak because you're giving out information, but when you speak, you cannot learn. You can't do both at the same time. Like in my class, I didn't speak to anyone except for like one person, maybe two people on a daily basis. I didn't do that to particularly be mysterious or anything. I just did that because that's how introverts usually are. We have one or two friends and everyone can fuck off. It's like everyone else is on maintenance volume. If I need to speak to them, I kind of will. But then the people that we do speak to, we kind of overdose on them and we speak to them a lot because we actually like them. Speaking less and listening more is the easiest way to appear more confident because you literally don't have to do anything. Just shut up. That's literally it. And when you have less friends and you speak to less people, you have a closer knit group, that makes you seem more exclusive. As if being your friend is an exclusive group that only a few people can get into. For example, if Harvard just let anybody into their school, it wouldn't be a very valuable opportunity. The reason it is valuable is because it is scarce. Value and scarcity are directly linked. If your voice is scarce and you don't talk a lot, when you do talk, it is inherently perceived as more valuable. Like a side note, but doing presentations in school, one of my classmates and me will take out a calculator. It would just put like answer plus 1, which is like how it's like a simple algorithm. Then you press equal and it's like a counter. It just goes up by 1, goes up by 1, goes up by 1. And so when they give a presentation, every time they say like, the word like or any filler word, we just press and we press and we press, and usually they end up with like 50 at the end of the presentation. And that's like because when we're that's because when we're unsure of what to say, we want to fill in the gaps because silence is usually quite uncomfortable for us. We want to avoid that awkward silence, but the thing is, true confidence looks like this. If you don't know what to say, don't say anything. If you haven't figured out the next sentence you want to say, instead of filling it up this gap with weird word, don't add anything, just pause. Confident people are okay with silence. They're not scared of somebody talking over them, so they have to fill in this gap. If someone starts speaking here, then they can't finish their thought. There's this quote: wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Plato. Bars, bro. This guy should be like a philosopher or something. So the rule is pretty simple, but if you have nothing to say, just don't say anything until you have something of value to add. The less you speak, the more you can learn about others, and when you do speak, your voice is inherently gonna be perceived as more valuable, simply because they don't hear it much often. So if you have nothing to say, just be silent, and this works in your favor as an introvert because generally we are quite silent. But yeah, I was gonna say more, but I think that wouldn't be necessary. So let's move on to the last one, which is the cheerleader effect. The cheerleader effect is a fucking spider. Oh my god, there's a spider. Look. That guy. Cheerleader effect is pretty interesting. So when we see a group of cheerleaders, or really any group of people, we tend to identify them as a group more than as an individual person. So what happens is, some people, like, just to use like internet terms just so that we understand, some of them are a 6, some of the cheerleaders are a 7, some of them are 8, but when we combine them and we average it out, they're all a 7. So some of the 6s that weren't as attractive, because they're in this group of attractive people, they get boosted up. And so if everyone's around this same range, we just average it out. So if everyone's a 6 to an 8, we just average out to a 7. The people at 6 boosted up. Obviously, if there's one person that's like a 4 or a 3, then they're gonna be an outlier, right? We're just gonna single them out. They're not part of this group anymore. I don't like using those, like, 6, 7. He's a 7.5, but like, it's just so that we can understand, right? All right, water break whilst the sun goes away for some reason. Stay hydrated, boys. That's the real tip of this video. Alright, the sun's back. So use this. Find like 1 or 2 real friends, like not instant gratification buddies. I mean real friends that when you're around them, you actually get boosted up because of them. Because for most people, including you, it's the opposite. The people you spend your time around, by being with them, your status, your attractiveness, your everything goes down. They pull you down, they don't bring you up. They're not real friends, they're instant gratification buddies. If I'm speaking to you, then I'm speaking to you. You should probably get better friends. And the easiest way to do this, you might not like it, but is to join a team sport. That's how you get the cheerleader effect pretty much instantly. And what I've just written here is, I'm including this in a video about being a confident introvert because you're more confident when you have somebody else with you, because that's strength in numbers. Like when I'm around somebody that I'm comfortable with, or a group of people, I'm immediately a bit louder, a bit more extroverted than normal. What I'm imagining is like a group of athletes, like the basketball team, after the big game or after training, and they're going to the mall to like get food. They're a lot more rowdy, they're a lot more open in their body language. Why? Because they're with each other. They wouldn't be that loud if they were on their own. That would be weird. And so if you want to be a confident introvert, confidence can come from other people being around you, and that can also increase your attractiveness. And a lot of the time we have like thoughts in our brain brain, oh yeah, what if people come up to me and they say something weird, if they come and bully me? No one's gonna bully you if you're in a group of other people simply because of strength in numbers. You have herd mentality. A lion would rather go hunt the lone buffalo than attack the whole herd, so you're safe. So yeah, those are the things that really helped me. Firstly, build evidence on your own skill or a trait that you're good at. Number 2, say less, listen more. Number 3, have a small group of people who are like you, which increase your attractiveness and confidence overall. This will help you in social situations because as introverts, sometimes you're not that good in social situations, but having people around you makes you a lot more comfortable. I think at my core, I'm still an introvert in like the very literal sense. Introvert literally means like you get energy when you're alone and your energy drains when you're with other people. But that definition has nothing to do with shyness or unconfidence. So understand that just because you're an introvert doesn't mean you can't be confident. And as I've detailed in this video, a lot of the things that introverts do make them more confident. They seem more powerful, more confident, more mysterious, and we find that irresistible. So yeah, take action. Pow. Kiss.